so this is my first kickoff team. We'll use like one picture whilst I'm talking so it makes more sense. Can we show the second team? And this was my second team. Yeah, and you can show a third team. There's not much to say. This was my third team.
Alright, that's like Austria or something.
Yeah, that one was Austria.
Yeah.
Okay, and fourth team.
It's a video.
Yeah, it's a video. Go for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was leaving. Sorry, she was leaving. That's the only picture we have of that team. You can go back to this one, Daniel. This is the one I'll mainly be talking about. I'm Stephen from England, and that's how I start my sales pitch in every line. And yeah, so if you guys don't know, I was on a 3 months of my 1 year Empower programs, and so far we've been doing something called fundraising. You guys all know what fundraising is, but we talk to random people and ask them for money to support our projects, and we'll be doing witnessing later this year in Albania, Moldova, Kosovo, and England as well. Yeah, and that's what we're raising the money for. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, there's not much more to say. And this is the Empower logo. And I want to talk about 1 week of this condition because I was up like at 2 a.m. last night writing down all the experiences I had, and I realized this does not make any sense. I can't make this into a testimony. So I'm just going to talk about 1 week, if that's okay with you guys. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is the team of the week. I had this team for 2 weeks, and I want to talk about the first week with them.
Okay.
So, story time. Workshop Saturday morning, I woke up. My dad and brother already left to go home from the workshop. We started the day. I was feeling hyped but anxious for the next condition coming. We prepared to leave, then carefully, whilst fitting my shoes, I noticed someone put a paper inside my shoe. Excited, thinking it was a compliment or appreciation from someone in the Empower team, I opened it up. It was my dad. And little did I know the importance of the contents of what he wrote later this week. That's it. Tuesday. I'll tell you guys later.
Oh,
Tuesday.
Suspense.
Yeah, I need to give you the names actually. So this girl is called Katie. This girl is called Carol. Oh, nice. She's a driver, so it'll be...
She doesn't have a name.
You can, but you don't have to remember that. Amelia, Stephen, Sasha, and Jacob. Tuesday. Sasha asked me a question in a late night discussion. That stuck with me. Stephen, have you ever thought about leaving Empower? Jokingly, I replied, I'm too obedient. He laughed half-heartedly at my joke. Haha. Wednesday. I wasn't happy with my performance in the conditions so far. The whole team also was struggling a little. And therefore in the morning I declared, if I don't break 400, I'm fasting tomorrow. And first run, I came back, I struggled a lot. And I came back after the first run to the van. And we started picking up everyone. Quickly I asked Jacob, where's Sasha? Jacob didn't respond. A little louder from the back of the car. Jacob, where's Sasha?
Yeah.
Softly he replied, I'll tell you later. After counting money that Wednesday, late in the evening, I asked, so Jacob, where's Sasha? Sasha left. That day I did all I could, which wasn't enough, and I reached 390. Thursday, no, it wasn't enough. So Thursday fast, and that night me and Jacob slept alone. Thursday. It was a quiet Thursday morning. The team had nothing to talk about. Jacob announced that we would pick up Sasha this morning from a train station because he wants to come back. Breaking our routine, we all had 100k at breakfast and got ready to jump in the van. For a few minutes, I reflected lying in bed, and I heard this weeping, this crying downstairs, and I'm thinking, someone's broken their toe, or what's happened? And I jump out of bed, I come concerned, and I come to we were on 2 levels, I come to the stairs, and I stop and hear this crying, and I'm thinking, what's going on? I listen for 10 seconds, and I hear Katie and Jacob having a private discussion. And I hear Katie say, Jacob, and I'm listening. Jacob, I know you're going through a lot with Sasha, and her voice was breaking whilst saying this. And I didn't want to trouble you, but I can't keep doing it. I want to go back home on Sunday. And I zoom out of my body and feel euphoric. I walk unsteady back to my bed, and I fall on it, and I think, this team is dying. And I realized in that moment how selfish I was, and was focusing so much on how I was sucking, I didn't realize the team was dying. And Sasha was struggling. He'd literally just left to go back to Czech. Katie's struggling. Yeah. So, reminds me of a quote, don't rocket to the moon, only to realize you've crushed all the flowers that were once at your feet. So we jump in the car, and I remember, this is still Thursday, and I remember that drive vividly. Jacob starts choosing songs that reflect the team's nature and the situation. And I'm sitting in the back left, and I can see everybody, the whole car. I look in front of me. I see Katie still crying, thinking about how she lost her purpose and her meaning in fundraising. And I look to her right, Amelia, and she's super strong. She's taken it well, all this pain and struggling, and she's comforting Katie. I look to her right, Carol. She's struggling a lot. She's going exactly through what I was going through in the UK. Low external result, and whatever she was doing, she couldn't break through. And I knew exactly her pain and situation. I looked to the front, Jacob. He's serious, he's strong, but I realized I understand exactly how much pain he's going through as a leader, seeing his children, his team members leave, and I know exactly how he's feeling. And I couldn't help but cry in the car, thinking about my team's suffering. And yeah, let me see. Then I look to my right at the back of the car, empty seat. Sasha's not there, and I couldn't help but start bawling it. And again, I thought, this team is dying. I start crying, wishing I could take the suffering of all my team members, and I recall my near-death experience in the ocean. My dad shouting, Stephen. Okay, so we were in the ocean. My dad's told you guys this story, and we were getting pulled back, and I am the eldest son. My dad took Julia, threw her to me. Stephen, take Julia, and I carry her high so that the water isn't going in her eyes, and I can touch the ground since I'm 12. And I know if I didn't take that elder brother responsibility, then Julia wouldn't be with us. Yes. And I really felt like that with the team. I felt, if I don't take responsibility, then my team's gonna die. So with tearful eyes, I wrote a message in my notebook expressing how I'm feeling. And we arrive at this train station and see Sasha, and instantly the brothers hug. And yeah, I tell him, you belong here. Then we go to a park. And we go to a park for morning service from Jacob. So, midway through announcing our internal goals, I decided to share the message I wrote in the car with an unsteady voice, like this. Everybody crying because of how motivational I am. So, okay, what I wrote. I cried in the car thinking about Jacob and Sasha's and Katie's suffering. Today I must carry you in my fundraising. I've been an older brother with responsibility all my life. I've carried my siblings. Today I want to carry you guys and have absolute faith in God. I know I'm the youngest here. I haven't been but I haven't been in a group of people I've cared so much for, ever. You guys are special, and I need you to stay strong. I was fasting to pay indemnity for yesterday, but I want to instead offer it to you guys, and for that reason today I will feel full, not empty. I set the goal of 700 euros, and with the motivation to keep my team in empower, God gave me 707 smiles, which was great. But the day ended with me saying to my team, if I had set 1,000 today, God would have given it to me, 100%. Saturday, the weekend. The boys slept 2 hours that night, and we slept in. After breakfast, Jacob says to us, you know, Katie said she still wants to leave on Sunday. Instantly, I think 700 wasn't enough. 700 wasn't enough to keep everyone in power. It wasn't crazy enough. I need to do something crazier. What's crazier? 1,000. I set 1,000 as my external goal. In the car, I cried again thinking about my responsibility as older brother, and this time I wanted to keep all second gen in the movement. Jacob set a 9-hour drop-off. I set 800 as my goal for the drop-off, and this gets external, so it's exciting. You're welcome. The first hour was 130 euros, and I knew that God is serious. I know 130 euros, it's not usual, it's not normal, and especially not in the first hour. I know now God gave me this, He's serious, He wants me to do this, I know I'm going to do this. Then 70 in the second hour. Third hour was 0, the whole hour. Then I started to get excited because I knew exactly what God wants, and I know God wants me to give me 1,000 today. So this 0 is exactly the struggle He's going to use for later, and I started to get excited. But actually the fourth hour was also sucked, and I had 250 in the first 4 hours, or the first half of this 9-hour drop-off, and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? So for the next half, I need 550 to reach 800. I told God, listen, if you want to keep your children in Empower, if you want to keep your children in the movement, you have to give me this 550 in this next 4 hours and 30 minutes. And that's what I tell him. As I got more desperate, I started selling more pictures. One Christian family bought 2 for 100. One guy listened for 10 seconds, then came with my terrible Deutsch line, came back and gave me €50 donation. I went to shake his hand. He was like, no, just close the door, €50. Rudest guy to give me €50. A couple lesbian families bought pictures, strange. Another Christian family bought one. Meanwhile, nobody was giving me the normal €5, the €2. Everything was, I would say, eine kleine Spende, which means one small donation. And I know exactly what's going to come. It's not going to be €1, €2, €5. It's always a 10. No matter what. Just always a 10. And I know how powerful God is. So, near to the end, I check my watch. 35 more minutes. And I say, 35 more minutes, and I'm thinking I need around 130, 150 euros left. I say, God, I need you. This is all for your children to keep in movement. Give me this 130. Instantly, a lesbian from Bosnia buys a picture for 50. I have 25 more minutes, and I could see the lights on in the houses, and I'm running around. Because it's dark, I can see the lights in the houses, and I know exactly what houses to go to. I have 25 more minutes, I need 80 more. And for the next 8 approaches I make, seriously, everyone gives a €10 donation. And I knew exactly when I asked for a small donation, exactly what I was thinking before. Like, they would always say, eine kleine Spende, or kleine Spende, or ja, ein Moment. They would turn around, they would come back, and it's always a €10. I know it's not going to be a 50, it's not going to be a 20, it's not going to be a 5, it's always this 10. And I'm taking it, and for the 5th person I gave it in a row, I'm running around in these streets shouting, God, you're ridiculous. You're so crazy, because I know everyone I approach is going to give me a 10, and I feel how powerful He is. With a huge grin, I was shouting that. People must have thought I was crazy. But anyways, I knew that they would donate. And my mindset was, after these 5 in a row, my mindset was, I just need to talk to, say a word to 3 more people, and they're going to give €10, no matter what. And that's what I do. I run 3 more houses. I just need 3 more houses in this next 7 minutes. And so at the end, I was just running until I could approach someone. And starting with this lesbian, 9 people donated in a row. And then after these 9 people, I did get the 8 people. And after that, 1 person rejected. And I know after this rejection, I've hit it. I actually didn't know the external result of my, because it's hard to count 800 and keep it in your head. So I was just running around hoping I've hit 800, and instantly someone rejects, and I think I've hit it. I've hit 800. To check, to make sure, because not, like 10 people in a row just gave, and to make sure I checked another house, a rejection, and I know I've hit it, and I'm running back to the van knowing I've hit 800, and I'm running, and this is the internal goal, was my absolute faith with God, and I know exactly. It wasn't 790. It wasn't 810. I know it's exactly 800 because that's what God wants. And I had some dry periods where people were rejecting harshly. Just this is going back in time. And because I knew I was going to break it, then I knew something will come. And this is how I could practice my absolute faith. And every time after I was struggling for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I knew soon someone's going to give €100 or someone's going to give. Something crazy is going to happen, and I had this conviction the whole time. I think that's what we need in our community. We need to stay strong. We need to push through because something crazy will happen, and because we know God. The most interesting thing, you guys don't need to know that. That's more for the people in Empower. I'll end this by reading out the message my dad left for me. Stephen, we are so proud of you, son, and we really love you and see how far you have come. Listen to Jacob with humility. I trust that guy. Support Sasha. Help him to break through. You will be amazing. Something is prepared for you. And I really felt like I didn't complete my portion of responsibility. My dad told me to support Sasha. I didn't support him. I joked. And he left. Yeah, but to testify others, I want to end by thanking my team. I was put with them for me. It didn't happen to me. I wasn't with them for the sake of it. God put me there for a reason. And my incredible team leader, Jacob, he's really good. He gave amazing morning inspirations. His morning services always hit home with the drive slow, we'll get there when we're ready, always being... No, that one hit hard. And I want to thank Christian, if you want to go... Yeah, that one. Christian, he really broke me down internally, beated me internally, until I could break through with Jacob. Yeah, and I could really break through with Jacob. And I want to end by saying, when I asked Sasha what was his highlight for the condition so far, he said, you breaking 700. And that touched me, and I really like this team. But yeah. Yeah, we are doing cool things, guys.
Yeah.
But I'm finished.
Yay!
Thank you.